Sometimes you have to lose yourself. Walk through the shadows, face the heavy rain, turned every broken piece into a stepping stone through the pain. Rising from the ashes like a phoenix in the night, finding whole new strength right before the morning light. Sometimes you gotta lose yourself to find who you really are. Step into the quiet, look up at the stars, unpack the grief, let the healing start to grow. Welcome to the journey where the deep waters flow. Sometimes you have to lose yourself.
Hosted by Charlie Perry and Coach. Tune in. Let's walk this path together.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself podcast. I'm Charlie Perry, and along my side is Coach. What's going on, man? Another day, another dollar, another week of our latest episode. And so what's going on, man?
Man, I'm feeling pretty jazzed, man, for a bunch of things. But, yeah, I'm definitely feeling it, man.
Good,
the
good,
momentum,
man.
the love, and just feeling it, man. I really am. I'm excited about what we have to talk about today.
Yeah, it's good. You know, you got to understand that when you, Marvin, Coach rather, you cannot fake a smile, because people like me will pick it up. We'll know. We'll definitely know. So, you know, I'm glad you're smiling. You got the energy going on, and you know, the audience deserves it. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, they deserve a smile from Coach. So,
That's right. You got to give the smiles, man.
That's it, man. So, what's on your mind, man? I'll let you go ahead and take over the beginning of this podcast. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm feeling jazzed how things continue to fall into place, right? Really, really happy. And, you know, as I mentioned to you, really soon, we'll announce the date soon. You know, we'll go forward with our ceremony, which I'm super stoked about. You know, it was one of the things that I said to many people, including you. It's like, man, she's the one. And, you know, it's like, here's the funny thing. People don't realize men pick up early whether they really want to be with somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, they pick that up pretty early. It's a vibration. It's a feeling. It's a little things. And then you really hope that everything stays the same, right? Mm-hmm. We all feel that way. Like, you know, especially if, you know, you got somebody who is feeling the same way and they're reciprocating everything. You guys are reciprocating things. This is how you know, right?
Yeah.
And I've been very fortunate. And it's interesting how things fall into place. So I'm really excited about that. Really, really excited, man. And, you know, keep putting things in place. And, you know, it's that thing where there's nothing wrong with being hopeful and excited about possibilities in life. Mm-hmm. And that's where I continue to be, and where I get to be my best self when I'm like that.
Yeah, I get it. There's situations that happened to me, especially last week. Kind of was angry Charlie is not someone that you know, my character is not there, and
right.
So you know, I basically jumped out of character, and was really disappointed because you know it just was not something that I do, and I had to
Well, you're a Sag, man.
yeah, yeah. Well,
We don't really want to jump out of character.
yeah,
It's not a good sight for us, and especially those around us.
yeah, yeah. So
So,
but quickly getting out of character, you get back into character because of just seeing what happened, what evolved because of that. Able to straighten out things, and I'm glad I was able to do that only because being angry in front of someone that truly care for um, as a brother, and I just had to disappointed in myself, but I was really happy that we were able to patch things up. So
well, brother, you ever start to feel that way about me? Talk to me, man, because you're the last person I ever want to see angry.
no, I definitely, I always try to tell you open 100%. I don't keep anything hidden from you. So,
No, and
uh,
I
and,
appreciate it.
and the one thing with me is my eyebrows, my expression will tell people exactly. I can't hide it. It will. My feelings are very, very um, lucid, and you will definitely understand and know. And but that's never came with us, so I'm not worried about it.
Never will, man. Or at least
Yeah,
not on my part.
yeah, yep,
Um, Before we talk about the book, I want to. Charmaine sent me something,
sure.
and I always want to leave those with some health tips, right?
Hmm.
I think that's pretty important, right?
Exactly.
So I'll read it real quick. So longevity isn't just about adding years to your life; it's about adding life to your years. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Just by simple changing of verbiage, it sounds different and it hits you a little different, right? So here's the challenge for everyone for the next 7 days. Make one intentional choice every day that your future self will thank you for. For example, drink more water, eat more vegetables, take a walk, get some really, really good sleep. I mean, like some deep, deep, rich sleep. Call somebody you love. Sit quietly for 10 minutes. Say no to something that is draining you. Don't try to change yourself your whole life overnight. Build one healthy habit you can repeat. Because at the end of the day, sometimes it's about repeatable routines, right? Because a goal may tell you where you want to go, but sometimes a system is what gets you there. Your
Hmm.
health is not built in one big moment. It's built in little choices you make when no one is watching. So that's the challenge. 7 days, do those things. Um, I think about, I get these calls throughout the day um, from my love, and it's just wonderful. I talked to my cousins today. I talked to Tracy,
Hmm.
and I talked to Jamel. And it was great, great talking to them. And it's like they have always been there to support me. And I so appreciate that. And it's the little reminders that at the end of the day, you always got people that's in your corner.
Yep.
I think sometimes we all need those little reminders, right? And that's what serves me because ultimately I know how my personality is. When someone shows me, for lack of better words, that they're giving me that ass to kiss,
Yep.
I want to kick it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great talking to them, because there was something that irritated me for only like 5 minutes yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And it was irritating because it's like, hey, you know what? This is not how I do things.
Yeah.
And this is how things were not done in the past. And you know what? I said to myself, now is not the time to right the wrongs or remind people of history. You just got to not deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I was at. And it's interesting when I think about a healthy habit that I picked up was that sometimes you just don't deal with it, nor do you need to deal with the person,
Yeah.
because you're not going to change them. What you see is what you get. And you know what they say, a trend is your friend. When you see trends on certain things and certain people or certain groups of people, you got to sometimes wake up and smell the coffee. And I talked about that a lot in chapter 6 in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just gotta be at peace with that. And sometimes that's the healthy way of dealing with things, instead of being like a bull in the china shop.
Exactly.
So this is where I choose to be right now. And I especially choose to be around those that want to be around me or want to support everything I do, because, hey, man, this is how I do things. So I'm all about reciprocating or match the energy that's given to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to get to the point, like you were saying, where you come outside of yourself.
Yeah.
What you see right now is me. I will always be that loving, generous, happy person and full of energy and life. And it's got to be reciprocated by everybody I'm around. I know you, of all people, you get that.
Yeah. The I like what you mentioned about life and well, what Charmaine had given you. You know that life is um, you work on the extension of life gradually. You know, and then the key thing, the other thing I want to say is that that's the same thing with death, right?
Right.
Death slowly works in your body to reduce your life expansion and so and just in reverse, life will do that same thing. You know, you do the things, the 7 things that you talked about.
Right.
It's real important. And you know, I don't know how many times you and I and many others on this podcast or other podcasts that said, listen to your body. You know, listen to it.
Yep.
So,
Listen to it.
yeah, great quote by Charmaine. If you're listening, always love hearing from you, even if it's a quote that you can give us. That's truly
Yeah. When I sent her the
appreciated.
link, I asked her, "Hey, any words of advice for tonight?" Because we're here. What we do, we share. We share with people. This is what we do. This is one of the. This is one of the podcasts where you can always get something that's shared on here. Because
Exactly.
sharing is caring, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, so that's the thing. So I know today you wanted to talk a little bit about the book.
All right. So when Coach mentions about the book, right? We this is the book that we're talking about. Unpacking Grief Shattered to Onward. And the book is a year old. The stories are many years old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about it, and we're going to actually, first celebrate this anniversary, and go from there. Um,
Yeah.
David,
Last week. 1
Yeah.
year, man.
Yeah. So thank you everyone on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube for joining us. My good friend David Goya just joined us.
Hey, David.
Yeah, good friend of mine. You know, put his little quote up here. So let's talk about the year of your book. 1 year, 365 days, and what has been that uh, most gratifying or a grateful thing that's come out of all
Oh boy, I think I would say secondary is being a published author.
this? Mm-hmm.
Right? That's secondary, but primarily the people it has impacted, and it's been vast numbers. All you have to do is look at the Amazon reviews or quotes I've heard, etc. Um, yeah, I mean, I think about the many people that's been a surprise. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
here you go. I mean, you know about that. You've donated what, about a dozen books?
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of lost count.
Yeah.
But not mm,
So I think about what we do when we did that, Charlie. We led with love.
mm-hmm.
I mean, imagine that, right? You're leading with love, and the things you do daily, you lead with love. I mean, this is what it was about, man. You encourage people to get it, and then some people you surprise them. Hey, listen, I got something for you. I think the last book I donated was to. She was the owner and founder of Health Coach Institute,
Mm-hmm.
where I got my 4 certificates from, 4 coaching certificates. And such a nice lady. I mean, she shared all her stories, and um, I saw about 4 or 5 months ago her mother died. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm still connected with these folks. I'll offer her my book, and she graciously accepted it.
Mm.
And I sent it to her. She loved it, and we chatted for a little bit on Facebook Messenger, and she was one of the people that congratulated me big time on my engagement to the most fantastic, beautiful woman. And speaking of that,
Yeah.
Alessandra, when I first met her, the San Diego Widow and Widowers group, and put it out there. I wasn't trying to holler at her.
Yep.
I was just like, hey, offer my book as support. Somebody that's gone through something, and it's like, hey, listen, we connected from that perspective. Again, Charlie, what do we say we do? We lead with what?
You lead by
We lead with love, brother.
yeah. Amen.
And I think about the many people we've impacted. And sometimes just being on here talking about it, I think about the book has been that vehicle. Has it become that New York Times bestseller? Not yet, but you know what? This book still has a lot of legs to it.
Of course it does.
I will continue to always talk about that book, and it's given me that author itch that I didn't know was in me. But I always said everybody has a story to tell.
Yes.
I had mine to tell, and guess what? It got out. And I can't wait to continue to write more books and share and really try to support and help people. That's leading with love. And this is what it was always about.
And one thing that you talking about an author's itch, right?
Mm-hmm.
An author's itch will always lead to the next story, right?
Yep.
The next thing, because you being an author, you will understand this because as you see and as you read your book, and you kind of capture another story within the story, right?
Yep.
And now it's like, man, I gotta. I think I'm onto something. Let me go ahead and start thinking about it, brainstorming it, and see what I can come up with. And if it's good enough for another book, then we'll do it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I'm there
yeah,
and I'm doing a side book probably first,
yeah,
and I'll share it with the audience. It's called A Mama's Boy.
yeah.
We were talking about that last week.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's this misconception, right, about what a mama boy is and what a mama boy is not. And how, and I want to put it out there where it's like, you can be a masculine man, but still love your mother and take her wisdom and be better for yourself, others, and this world.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be impactful because just like my follow-up to Unpacking Grief, it's a book where people get to take these lessons and learn these lessons and do something with it. Like I was saying, with Unpacking Grief Shattered to Onward, it's a guidebook. It's just not a book that's in there about sorrow and the warm and fuzzy stuff. This is something that can make a difference for you. And that's what I'm gonna do with Mama's Boy, because it's going to be about. I don't think everybody. I mean, we had a whole podcast about sacred masculine and sacred feminine, and how these two intersect. And really, it's about. It really could be like a children's book, because you hear this destructive stuff with boys growing up. Oh, he a mama's boy and all this other stuff, right? And doesn't make him softer. Doesn't make him a chump. He's just somebody who takes his mother's lessons, loves her, and reveres her, and stands tall and takes his place in this world. And I think that's what this is about, and I'll be able to really unpack that. Probably. What's that?
As that title of A Mama's Boy, right? It as you grow older and build on a relationship that's tremendous, right, in itself. But there's also the reversal of it. Mom is like talking to their sons, right?
Yeah.
And especially when they get older, it could go in a lot of different directions and talk about many issues. Why not have a conversation with amongst two people that truly care about each other and truly can be honest with each other?
Why not?
Doesn't get any better than that.
And some people wish they had a mother.
Mm-hmm.
When they get around my age, they be like, "Hey, I wish I had a mother."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You damn right you do."
Yeah.
Because, I know my mom's dealing with issues, and I want her to still be around for so many different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how joyous and excited she was when I came out with my book. She went out, and she had a lot of girlfriends, right?
Yeah.
She went out there and told all her girlfriends. I'm like, well, look at that. My biggest supporter.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest supporter, especially during the grief journey, was my mother.
Yeah.
And so I said to myself, well, if you were a mama's boy, so what? Look at the support you get. And you know what? You know what you get from that? You get the type of love that's not anything attached to it.
Yeah.
It's unconditional love. Where can you get that?
Mm.
Think about it. Where can you get that?
Yeah, David says, "Amen." Beautifully said, and I second that.
Thank you, my
Definitely.
brother. Thank you, because it's so true.
Mm-hmm. David has a wonderful mom. Man, that lady was magnificent to me. Still to this day, I think of all the generosity and just the love that she shared. This her son's friend, in friends, period. But there was just something about her from day one. How she just took me on, and
That's what I'm talking about. This
yeah,
is what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
definitely beautiful, beautiful.
And some people would say your relationship with your mom is a direct indication how you're gonna treat a woman.
Hmm.
And listen, I'm close to my mom,
Yeah.
and you
Well, I
know
want you and David both give your moms a big hug for me because
that's right.
fabulous women.
That's right. That's right, David. And I know for him it feels great, and it's like it's such an important person in your life, right? So I think it's so incredibly important. And here's the thing: you met her, Charlie. You know how my mom is. You met
Mhm.
her,
Yeah, yes, beautiful woman.
so
Instant
everybody.
conversation. Wasn't she didn't give me a shallow conversation like to go
No,
through the
no,
routine. She gave me a good
she's
conversation.
amazing. She's amazing with everybody. You know what? So much love in her heart, and yeah, just I think about all that she's done her whole life. Put herself through school multiple times. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, she's just, and I remember the celebration of life. Everybody loved her because her speech was just so impactful.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you could say this, right? I feel this in my heart. It's always important to make my mom happy.
Yeah.
It was so important to bring a quality woman around my mom.
Mm.
Extremely important,
Yeah.
and it's like, so I think about all that she and how much she supported the family. My goodness, always supporting the family, always giving her best. So just anybody she meets, you know. Now she won't mind giving you a piece of what she's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she is, right?
Yes.
But it's always with love.
Yeah. So, well, go ahead and continue to talk. There's one thing that I did forget is to share this podcast on your page. I don't think
Oh,
it's there, so I'm going to do that right now.
okay, sure.
And yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, I'm extremely fortunate to have come around people like that. Um, just, I mean, think about it. I met some the most amazing people in my life, and the center of that was my mother.
mm-hmm.
Um, just always being there. And some people can say, "Well, that's what mothers are supposed to do." Yeah, that may be true, but not all mothers are like that.
No, they some mothers didn't want to be mothers.
Sure.
Uh, some mothers have other people taking care of their children, or
Right.
there's just so many different scenarios, good, bad, and ugly.
Hmm.
So when you have the goodness, the great quality of a a loving mom and someone that wants to be in your life, you appreciate it. You say, because between the both of us, our lives have bring us across some families
Right.
that haven't experienced the love that you have, the love that I have, the love we receive from our folks.
Yeah. She just turned 80, which is almost a record.
Mm,
My grandmother was 80 plus 3 months.
awesome.
So we're hopeful that she far exceeds that,
Yeah,
which I
that,
think is possible. Anything's possible.
of course, of course.
So, yeah.
Um, so the the one thing I wanted to bring up today is that having conversations, normal conversations with people at work, and as the days go on, we talk about a few things. We mention um, things that are going on in our lives, and there was end of the day, we were having a conversation about some things that are going to happen at the company, and so everyone assumed that someone wanted to be the next boss, the next leader,
Mm-hmm.
and that person just said, "Hey, I'm happy right where I am." You know,
Right.
I don't want that added responsibility. Um, the compensation isn't worth it. At least I'm coming to work every day. I'm doing my work, doing my job, and I'm happy. Compared to taking on another task, and you may not be happy every day. You may be happy every other day. You may be happy just 2, 3 times out of the week.
It's true when you manage people, right?
Yeah. So, but I'm glad that finally, you hear the chatter amongst the building, and I'm glad that she was able to halt its journey, its life, amongst the building. It's going all over the place, and then finally just said, "Hey, wait a minute, let me put the brakes on this." You know, we and it was good that she just kind of took the reins and slowed everybody down on it.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, but the reason why I mentioned that I just want people should just be open.
Absolutely. They should be.
See something, and feel you got to act upon it, and especially when your name's involved in it. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Speak up on it. Um, you tell your own story with your own words. Other than that, you're gonna let other people tell your story, and a whole lot of things may be incorrect.
It's true.
All right. All right, Marvin, what cards do you have today for us?
We got quite a few. Um, you know, I also wanted to say it's like when I go and hand this out to people,
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like I'm giving them a little bit of, I'm giving them gold
Yeah.
because I'm giving them a piece of my heart, a piece of my vibe, my story. I'm giving them, I don't know, I'm giving them $1,000,000, man.
Yeah. My friend Darnell, she just thanked me and appreciated the book, and she was really happy. But the first time she seen me happened to be at a grieving venue, and was very, very happy and appreciative, and read the whole book. Um, I'm still waiting to hear from her sister, because they were grieving over the same thing,
Right.
and but for her to immediately come to me and give me a hug and show the appreciation of it. It's not a social media person, so we
Right.
can, and we only see each other every now and then. So it was great that another person was very,
Yeah.
very fond of the book and appreciative.
You led with love, brother. You
Yep.
led with love. And be amazed what happens, right? When you lead with love.
Mm-hmm.
Um, be glad if the world operated more like that. Lead with love. Everything you do, every interaction, your efforts, lead with love.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you'll benefit from it. But all right, let's go into these cards.
Okay.
The first one, this is funny. It says the affirmation is, I am the author of my own storyline. And the food for thought is, if you were to write a memoir, what would be the first line of the story? First line of your story should be.
Hmm. I would hmm. All right, I'm gonna think in this present time, right? I'm writing a book, it's a memoir, and I would say I would start it out with a special sentence paragraph that um, it would probably go, I was a premature baby and I weighed 1 pound. I am blessed because I am now 59 years old.
Hmm. I like that, man.
Yeah, 1 pound. Could you imagine just holding 1 pound in your hand
Yeah. Wow.
and and say that this is a human being, and you may not, you know, as small as the palm of most of my relatives' hands.
Wow.
So, but that's just that alone shows me that I can't waste any time. I'm here on this earth to do something.
For a finite amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're right. You can't waste any time. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to do something, go get to it.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Go get to it. Um, so I think about write a memoir. So I've already wrote a book, but before I wrote my book, there was a book that was in my mind, and the book was going to be called The Greatest Storyteller.
Mm.
And guess who's going to be the star of that book?
Well, it'd have to be you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes into, you are the actor, you are the lead actor in your life. So you get to perform it how you want to in your life. You want. Get rid of what you don't want. So that was going to be my book. I even had the characters that were in it. Like my cover was going to be like a cartoonish cover,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to really go. So I would say that
Yeah.
you are the greatest storyteller. No one's greater than you. No one. So that's that. So
Like that.
thank you.
Great title and great inspiration. Great idea. It's why not? Why not tell your own story?
Right. You can. So the next one, affirmation. I have knowledge and power to help others. So food for thought. How can you put your talents to use for the betterment of others?
Mhm.
So you got to come on here one day and sing, Charlie.
No singing, can't do it. You know, I think the greatest group to ever represent my city was the Tavares,
Mm-hmm.
and and all their different songs and many hits and many uh, be true great inspirational beginnings at Capitol Records, and it goes on and on. But I'm gonna let them represent me.
Okay.
And so when you hear a Tavares record, and one of the things, remember what I told you to forget. Listen, that was one of your favorites, right?
Right.
So it's for me to sing. Yeah, I was singing at work. I had my earbuds on. I'm walking through the building, getting all my merchandise all squared away. Yeah, if you heard me, you heard me. But to do it live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and sometimes you got to lose yourself podcast, that's not going to happen, my friend.
Hey man, sometimes you got to put yourself out there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so how can you put your talents to
Oh,
use for the
I
betterment of
didn't even answer your question. All right, so my talents and I think that the talents that I offer on every given day and every person that I walk that I'm involved in, that is I like to listen. I like to put a smile on their face. Um, but the listening is something that I truly learned to do.
right?
You talk to my family, and they'd probably say, "You don't listen, right? You don't listen, right?" It's yes, I do. I do.
Right.
Bottom line is I do. Um, and that's the talent I can offer because not everybody has the capability to listen to others.
I'm gonna share my thought. When I was thinking about this recently, I was like, I am capable of holding a retreat. I have the skills to do it. And I'm
Hmm.
like, you could do a men's retreat that's going to help them out. I remember years ago, it was like 6 years ago, when I did this for a men's sober living home, where I went there, spent the day with them, um, coached them, held my own seminar, and I told this one guy, "You can do it, and I believe in you." He told me no one's ever told him that.
Hmm.
And the reason why I share that is not because of what I did, the impact which you can have on others. I think about that from a grand scale. I mean, you think about something you're doing, you can 10x that thing, man. Like, I still haven't fully decided whether I want to do a TED talk. But I tell you what, once I'm through all these phases and really this onward phase I'm in now, and really go back and talk to people because I see so many things on Facebook about grief. And I think what people are saying is very either disingenuous or is very inaccurate. And here's the number one reality about people going through grief of losing someone close to them, and especially a spouse. In some ways, you are broken. And so you can do things along the way to be a better version of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. The journey of being the best version of yourself. So that's what I think about. Not here to criticize what I see, but you see so much stuff just flashing out there. You know, and I get concerned with that, but it inspires me to keep doing better,
Mm.
keep sharing. And this is why I've been talking so much about the onward phase of where I'm at and what is done for me, and then the opportunity to share with the masses, because there leads to hope. And sometimes we can get very curious about hope, and hope can lead to other things. So that's kind of my thought on
Mm.
it. Let's see. Affirmation: I replace fear with curiosity. Food for thought: what's something that scares you? How can you turn to an opportunity for self growth?
Mm. Mm. Well, one thing that does scare me is grief in itself, and that's just of me passing on, right?
Mm,
Worried about family, you know, and what would they do without?
right.
And so I think about that frequently, and then I the way I'm able to, release those thoughts is to say, all right, I provided something, I provided things for them, so if things do happen, that and then at least financially things can be taken care of. But I
Right.
also have conversations that you know, you only live once, and tomorrow isn't promised. Tomorrow isn't promised is one of the main things that I say, and and so the way I get away from it is to say that, you know what, I know my family will make it through, um, and someone will step up, and so that's how I get through it. But it doesn't stop it being in my head, on a regular basis, because I do go to places on a regular basis, funerals, masses, so on and so forth. Repasses, all that. I go quite often, and so that's why it dwells in my head a lot, because I see the grief along the line, along the family lines,
Hmm.
and definitely don't want to see my family go through that, from the top to the bottom.
I understand. I truly understand. I think the fears I have, I would say probably losing my mother.
Mm, mm,
I think about how much burden that would be on others.
yeah.
I think about so much about her has held so much about the family together.
Hmm.
Um, and how much she's been the glue,
Yeah.
and it's kind of held the family together.
Mm. It's it's, your words and that fear in itself is very heartfelt, and there's nothing I could say to release that fear whatsoever. It's a different status amongst people amongst us, right? It's
Sure.
a mom. The mom status is
Yeah.
dad status is just and for most is status above everything.
Yep.
Uh, the status could be beyond the level of a spiritual person, a spiritual entity, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Mom's first, dad's first, whatever it may be. So
It's true.
yeah.
So those are the cards for the day, my brother.
All right. Want to say hello to Michael Sameo on YouTube. Says hello.
Hey, Michael. How's it going?
Yeah. Another
Good to see
guy
you.
doing some great things. And definitely keeps in touch, without a doubt. Michael Sameo. And his book I passed on to someone, and it was my supervisor.
Oh, that's great. Man.
Yeah, because his wife has ties to their hometown, so I thought it was very, very could be a great book for the family. And I said, look, if you don't want to keep the book, then I want you to pay it forward and give it to the Fairhaven, Massachusetts, the town of Fairhaven Library, and put it in that library so your town folks, could read it.
Cool. Hey, man, is your summer over with yet?
My summer is never.
It sure is.
October. That's when it's when I put a hoodie on. So when you see me,
That's
with
a couple
hoodie
weeks
on,
away, right?
no, what are you crazy? The best time to be in New England is right now. August, September, October, the best months.
Right.
So, thank you for the great podcast. Thanks for the inspiration. I truly, truly, glad we got on air. We had that vibrant, we had that good vibe. And
got to bring the vibe, man. You got to bring it.
Yeah.
So you can hold it if you want, but we're going to need to be off the air the next 2 weeks. I got some moving stuff I got to do.
Okay.
So next 2 weeks won't be able to.
All right. If anything, maybe I'll come back and.
No, I'm sorry. Just next week.
Just next week. Okay.
Yeah, the week after that, we're good to go. Just 1 week, man. Just 1 week.
Okay, I get it. So
I got some things I got to move and stuff like that. So
I totally understand. All right, brother. Well, we'll keep in touch as we always do.
We always do, man.
Everybody on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. From the podcaster that loves you, I truly, truly appreciate your time and effort to share your time with Coach and I as we put this podcast on every single week, Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern Time and 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. So
I love you all.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie, you had a donut lately, man?
No, man. What's wrong with you, man? I do not eat donuts. I eat cakes. I eat great things, fruit, tomatoes. I ate some vegetables from a homegrown garden of a friend of mine at work, and I truly
Seriously?
loved it. Yeah, some tomatoes.
I can't eat tomatoes, man.
Hey, there was
can't do it.
Man, they had a cucumber that was at least 12, 15 inches long. That thing was, it was so heavy. It was just, it looked like an eggplant, man. That's how big it was. It's crazy. So,
any final thoughts, my brother?
Yeah, I want to, first and foremost, I want everyone to don't forget about LifeVantage. As you see on the bottom line, that's Marvin's telephone number. Please, you have any questions about LifeVantage, Pro Tandem, and all the different health benefits of being part of that partnership with Marvin, please reach out to him. His number is on the screen. 1-805-636-5845. And you can talk to him about Pro Tandem and P84. I truly, truly appreciate
That's right.
you all joining us. And one thing I want to say today is to keep on loving each other.
Keep on.
And
Lead with love.
yep. And all right.
Okay.
I will see you in 2 weeks. Well, we see each other every day. So if you have to, keep in touch, for any reason, just text me and we'll go from there.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Thank you all. Much love.
Yes. All right. Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and enjoy our new intro song, or outro song in this case. All right. Take care, and God bless.
Sometimes you have to lose yourself. Walk through the shadows, face the heavy rain, turned every broken piece into a stepping stone through the pain. Rising from the ashes like a phoenix in the night, finding whole new strength right before the morning light. Sometimes you gotta lose yourself to find who you really are. Step into the quiet, look up at the stars, unpack the grief, let the healing start to grow. Welcome to the journey where the deep waters flow. Sometimes you have to lose yourself.
Hosted by Charlie Perry and Coach. Tune in. Let's walk this path together.